The ring was heavier than I remembered. It pressed into my palm as I stood in the middle of the cafe, heart pounding so loud it drowned out the murmur of other voices. She was late again. 15 minutes this time. Maybe 20. I didn't need to check. Already knew. When she finally walked in, she looked radiant. The kind of effortless beauty that made people turn their heads, hair falling like a black waterfall, soft waves catching the light. But I noticed the subtle flicker of guilt in her eyes before she hid it with a smile. "Sorry, babe," she said breathlessly, brushing a hand through her hair. Traffic was insane. I wanted to believe her. I really did. I smiled, pretending not to notice the faint smudge of lipstick on the side of her neck. "No worries," I said. "You look amazing." She sat across from me, her perfume drifting over. Sweet, familiar but sharper today. I could taste the lie before she even spoke again. "So," she said, reaching for her latte. "You said you wanted to talk?" My heart stuttered. I could feel the ring box burning a hole in my jacket pocket. This was supposed to be our night. The second time I'd try to ask her to marry me. The first time she'd said she wasn't ready, her voice trembling with what I thought was fear. I'd believed her. Now, staring at her, I wasn't sure. I hesitated, searching her face for something real. "I want to understand. What are we doing, Lila?" She blinked, her fingers tightening around the cup. "What do you mean?" "I mean..." My voice cracked before I steadied it. "We've been together for 5 years. I've done everything I can to make this work. But when I look at you lately, I don't even know if you're happy." Her lips parted, then closed again. Silence stretched between us, the hum of the espresso machine in the background like static. Finally she sighed. "You're overthinking again, Eli. Why do you always do that?" "Because I know when you're lying. Because I saw the way your phone lights up with messages you won't show me. Because I can feel you slipping away." But I didn't say any of that. I just smiled weakly and nodded, trying to hold on to the illusion that everything was fine. After dinner, we walked in silence to the parking lot. The air was cool, sharp with the scent of rain and gasoline. I stopped by her car and reached into my pocket. "Lila," I began, my throat tightening. "There's something Her phone buzzed. She froze, glancing at the screen. A flicker of panic crossed her face. Then she turned it off quickly and forced a laugh. "Sorry," she said. "Work stuff." I nodded, but the moment was gone. The words stuck in my throat. I didn't propose that night. A week later I tried again. This time at her apartment. Candles, wine, her favorite pasta waiting on the stove. She walked in, smiled at the setup and said, "Oh, Eli, you didn't have to do all this." Her eyes darted around, uneasy. She knew. I went down on one knee anyway, because I needed to see the truth in her eyes when she said no. "Lila," I said softly, holding up the ring. "Will you marry me?" She froze, her breath catching. Then slowly she shook her head. "Eli, I can't," she whispered. "I'm not ready." Her words were gentle, but her eyes weren't. They were cold. I tried to smile, but it felt like glass shattering in my chest. "Not ready," I repeated, standing up. "After 5 years." Tears welled in her eyes, but I wasn't sure they were real. "Please don't make this harder than it is." "Harder than what?" I demanded, my voice breaking. "Harder than pretending I don't see what's right in front of me." She blinked, confused. "Or pretending to be." "The late nights. The silence. The way you flinch when I touch you." My voice was trembling now. "Who is he, Lila?" Her face went pale. "You're crazy." "Then show me your phone," I said. She stared at me, frozen. Then she turned, grabbed her coat, and walked toward the door. "I can't do this." The door slammed before I could move. 3 days later, I got the answer I'd been avoiding. A friend from work sent me a picture. Lila, sitting across from a man at a rooftop bar. The same smile she used to give me. The same way she tucked her hair behind her ear when she was nervous. But this time she wasn't nervous. She was glowing. The message under the photo said, "Sorry man. Thought you should know. My chest felt hollow. The photo blurred as tears welled up, but I couldn't look away. That was my ring on the table, the same one she'd rejected twice, lying there like an afterthought beside their wine glasses. I don't remember driving to her place that night. I only remember standing outside her building, watching her laugh through the window with him. The lights flickered warm and golden across her face. I'd never seen her look that alive. I should have been angry, but all I felt was tired. When she finally noticed me through the glass, her expression faltered. She came outside a few minutes later, face pale, lips trembling. "Eli, please," she started. "It's not what it looks like." Smiled. "You said you weren't ready. Guess you just weren't ready with me." Tears slipped down her face. "I didn't mean for you to find out like this." I nodded slowly. "No one ever does." I handed her the ring box. "You left this behind." She looked at it, her hands shaking. "Eli, I'm sorry." "Don't be," I said, stepping back. "You gave me my answer." That night, I sat in my car for a long time, the city lights blurring into streaks through the windshield. I thought about all the moments that led here. The laughter, the road trips, the quiet mornings when she'd fall asleep on my chest. None of it felt real anymore. Love had turned into something else. Something I couldn't name. I rolled down the window, letting the cold air hit my face, and whispered to the empty street, "Thank you." Because sometimes the truth, no matter how brutal, is the only gift someone can give you. And as the rain began to fall, I realized I wasn't losing her. I was finally finding myself.